Hey guys, Mal here. So, just yesterday, they dropped devblog 186 and patch 186, which introduced a new minigame for farming trees. Now previously, we already had the minigame for farming nodes, but now we also have a very similar, if not copied, one for farming trees. So, for those of you that don't actually know about this, I don't imagine that's many people, but maybe you don't play the game, maybe you've seen it but you don't know what it does. I'm going to quickly cover what this does, and then we can look at what the tree one is. So, as you can see on this node, there is a little shiny dot thing, sparkle, whatever. If I just hit this node normally, it is going to take forever. So I'll quickly just smash this one out and show you what I mean. Okay, so now let's go over here to this sulfur node and I'll actually be hitting the little sparkles. As you can see, that was a hell of a lot faster. So the whole idea behind hitting the little sparkly bits on the nodes is that it speeds up your gather rate. I believe it goes up to about 300%. I could be a little bit wrong on that, but I think it's about 300%. And if you are hitting it consecutively, then it will stay up there. If you miss one, it resets back down to normal, and then you have to do it again. As you can see, the little sparkle moves, and you have to jump around and make sure you're hitting it for it to count. But provided you're hitting it, you can get through nodes really fast. Now this has been in the game for a while, but what's new as of this devblog is the fact that they've added that same system to trees. So the idea is, you go up to a tree, you can't see anything immediately, but if I hit this tree, bam, I get a little spray painted red X. Now hitting this is going to increase the speed to take down the tree. Additional changes though, you'll notice I'm not getting as much wood as we usually would per hit. That's because what they've done is you get half of the wood as you chop your way through it, and then on the final hit, you get a big chunk, which is the other half of the wood. It's, I guess, sort of a small incentive so that people actually start taking down trees and not just leaving them half dead or whatnot. It's worthwhile to fully knock down a tree because you get half of the goddamn wood at the end of it. Now, what I would like to look at, and they didn't touch on this in the devblog update. They basically said that it increases the speed. They didn't say anything about whether you get the same amount out if you don't get the same amount out, so I thought I'd jump on here. Let's just get rid of this stuff. Thought I'd jump on here and we would quickly test this out to see if we're getting the same amount. So over there and here we have two roughly similar sized trees. It should be roughly about the same amount of wood. Here I'm not going to hit that spot at all. I saw it appear on the right, but I am just knocking this tree down normally. You'll notice I'm only getting 15 a hit, whereas when I was hitting those I was getting 20. So it'll be interesting to see what the results are. Okay, first tree down. We got 433 wood. Now, I'm just going to chuck this on the ground here. 433, guys. Now, let's hit the spots. Okay, so there's that tree down. 436. So it is actually fairly similar. The outcome of the wood that you get, it's basically the same. Essentially, it's just how fast it is. So it is quicker to knock down a tree. Like, okay, we'll run one more test. "15 hits to take down a tree without hitting the points." Now, let's hit the points. "11. So, 4 hits faster to knock down a tree when you're hitting those little spots. Now, seemingly to me at least, the tree system has an issue which the mining system initially had when they first brought in that minigame, in that it jumps around a lot. So when the minigame for the mining first came in, it was literally that it could appear anywhere on the rock. So you'd hit one spot and you might have to jump all the way around to the other side of the rock, it might be a little bit under it. It was a massive pain in the ass. I think it was one, maybe 2 patches later, they brought out a little patch which made it so that it could only appear X amount of distance from the first spot, which just made it a bit nicer for us to deal with. It wasn't jumping all over the place. Generally, you could follow a bit of a pattern or at least move around it nicely. They've tried to do that with the trees, and sometimes it works. Because sometimes you get it really nice, you hit it, it's there, you hit it, it jumps around, you hit it, but see, instead of it just continuing around in a pattern where you can actually move fairly fluidly and just keep hitting it, it's jumped back to the left. Now it does change, like sometimes you get the trees where it changes, sometimes it works its way fully around and it's beautiful. So I can feel a little patch coming in on this just to fix that up, but aside from that, it's not a bad feature. I still have the issue with this entire minigame system whereby it distracts you from keeping an eye out. I know that they've done this to reduce the monotony between just going from tree to tree or from node to node and whack, 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 whack. It at least gives you something to do and aim at. It makes it slightly more interesting. But I'm almost tempted to not use it in the sense that it takes longer. It takes like 4 hits longer. But you can keep an eye out. You can look around. You can see what's going on. You don't have to be like, oh wait, hang on. I've got to get over here and hit this. And then I've got to go over here and hit that. And, you know, it just, like, instead of this, it's like, oh, there? And then, okay, around here. I'm not keeping an eye out right now. I'm not paying attention to what's around me. Someone could be sneaking up on me as I say this. Whereas if I'm just standing here hitting this tree, I could be looking around. I can be sussing things out, seeing who's coming up. You know, I don't know how I feel about it. So that's really all there is to this whole minigame system. If you didn't know about it, well, hopefully I've helped fill you in, so now you know what the go is and how to use it. If you already did know about it, then at least you now know that you're getting equivalent amounts of wood out of the trees if you're hitting the mark or if you're not hitting the mark. But yeah, that's the minigame system. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, okay, I know they also dropped in the whole thing where trees fall over now, which that's a nice touch. You can also use explosives, which will take the trees down. That doesn't give you the wood. It's just a fun way to knock trees down. But I want to know what you guys think. Are these minigames good? Are they bad? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Leave comments. Let me know what you guys think. Let's get a bit of a discussion going about this. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate everything that you guys are doing. The comments, the likes, subscribing, sharing it to your friends. It means a lot to me, and I'm here to entertain and help you guys. So if there's anything that you want to see or you want me to do, leave me a comment, let me know, and I'll get onto it straight away. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.